Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Film Box Podcast, a movie podcast where each week we reach onto our shelves and revisit the films we own on physical media, whether it's a classic we've watched countless times or a hidden gem we're seeing for the very first time. From VHS and DVD to Blu-ray and 4K, we're taking a look back at films throughout history, good or bad. I'm your host, Aaron Zouza. I'm joined today by my good friends Connor Jameson and Jasmine Chapatwala, and special guest, welcome back Marcel from Marcel's Movies and More on TikTok. How you guys doing?
What's up? Happy to be here.
Good.
And today we're basically finishing out Spielberg Alien Movie Month by taking a look back at War of the Worlds from 2005. Let's get into it.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Come on, everybody. Here we go.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
All right, so this is the last movie review of Spielberg Alien Movie Month. Marcel, when I was putting out for guests way back a few months ago, I think, or at least over a month ago for this month, and I mentioned that we were doing War of the Worlds. This was the one that you said you wanted to be on. So I guess give me one, why this movie, but also what's your relationship to Spielberg in general and how you feel about him and his movies?
Yeah, I mean, when I saw War of the Worlds, I had just rewatched it recently, so that was also a big reason why I wanted to do it. But it was also one of my favorite Spielberg movies, or actually just like alien movies in general growing up. I remember, I think I was 12 years old when the movie came out, and my mom would it was a different time, obviously. My mom would just drop me off at the theater when I'm like 12 years old, and I can just like watch a movie by myself, like no friends. I'm just watching War of the Worlds in theaters. I watched it 3 times in theaters. That's like,
wow.
One of like, I don't like to rewatch too many movies. I guess a lot of people do. I'm not one of those people. But you know, Whiplash, Sky High, and War of the Worlds are like that small list of movies I've seen 3 times in theaters.
One of those things is not like the other.
It is not, no. But I love Sky High so much. I think it had to do with Mary Elizabeth Winstead, but that's one other story. And then so I remember a quick little story, I guess, that connects all this together that like is ingrained into my mind is I think after like maybe this was the first time I watched World of Worlds in theaters, I remember stepping outside and I heard like that iconic sound and I was like freaking out because I'm like, oh my God, what is that coming from? Are we actually getting invaded? I'm like terrified, like this like 12-year-old. And it was just like some trucks going down like the road. So that's all it was. But that memory will always stick with me and it always terrifies me. But when it comes to Spielberg in itself, I mean, how can you not love Spielberg? He has one of the best war movies of all time. He also made another movie with one of my favorite actors of all time, Tom Cruise, Minority Report, E.T. I mean, the list goes on. And I think anybody who loves film, I don't see how they just couldn't love Spielberg. And I'm just one of those people.
Yeah, I mean, we've spent all month really diving deep into Spielberg. We're gonna do it again today, but this is our first one with Tom Cruise, and so I'm glad you mentioned Tom because I wanted to pose this question to everyone here. And we've got what are we showing off? Oh, we've got the Tom Cruise, the unauthorized biography,
the Book of Scientology itself.
Oh yeah, written by L. Ron Hubbard himself.
Fantastic. So I wanted to ask this question. Is this Tom Cruise's last great original film? I know this is technically based on like existing IP, but it's not franchise work. It's not, you know.
That's a good question.
It depends how Digger is going to come out this year.
Ooh, yeah.
I think the only other thing that might have competition is it Edge of Tomorrow or whatever it's called?
Edge of Tomorrow is probably better.
That's probably I would say that's probably the best one that after World of Worlds.
But like when you look at because I was looking at his filmography. I mean, it's been 21 years since War of the Worlds came out, and like when it comes to original films, it's like this movie, it's Edge of Tomorrow, Lions for Lambs is in there. That's a disaster. I believe American Made is in there. I mean,
Tropic Thunder.
well,
For a cameo,
all right.
yeah.
Cameo, I guess
It's a movie
hey,
of his.
I guess that kind of counts. Let's see. What else do we have?
I think,
here?
I actually
Night
really
and
like
Day.
Oblivion.
Oblivion
is-
is
Oblivion's
in
good. It's
there?
got a banger soundtrack or score. It's like a beautiful film in itself. It's nothing like, it's like nothing super captivating that's like memorable, but that's one I really like.
But like, when you compare that to what came even just like immediately before that, like we're talking Collateral the year before, which is one of his best performances. The Last Samurai, Minority Report obviously was Spielberg, Eyes Wide Shut and Magnolia, and Jerry Maguire, all in like the about 10 years prior. And then after that, it just kind of falls off the rails a little bit. I mean, he's doing Rock of Ages in 2012. Like,
Yeah.
That
It's
one
really
That one
interesting. I mean,
kinda
obviously-
feels like the death blow.
well, I mean, and we kind of already know what happens in 2005-ish. He has a very public meltdown and is like, I'm just going to do my thing. But like, I say that because Digger's coming out this year. I'm hoping we're kind of like, he's course correcting back to, I'm going to do original, like new stuff and not Mission Impossible 37. But who knows? It's real interesting. I don't know. I just thought that was a fun little thought experiment. And the other thing I wanted to talk about real quick before we really start to dive in. So as I was doing the research in this movie, some of the background of why Spielberg decided to make this movie is because he accepted the script specifically because it had several similarities to his personal life, including the divorce of his parents. So,
Shocker.
yeah.
Yeah.
Every time.
We've talked quite a bit about this, but I think, Connor, you raised this question before, and I want to revisit it. Is Spielberg's parents' divorce the most impactful thing to happen in pop culture and movie making ever? Because, like,
Since the death of Batman's parents themselves.
I mean, it's literally every movie, and I've watched basically every Spielberg movie over the past month and a half, and it's like, I kept counting, like, well, that's about his parents. Well, oh, that one's about his parents. Oh, that one's about his parents, like, every single time. And we're getting some of the best movies of all time, so it's kind of crazy.
I mean, everything happens for a reason, right?
This is true. I mean, it's just an interesting note that specifically he noted that, and also he noted the plight of the fictional survivors reflects his own uncertainty after the devastation of September 11th, which is something. Again, this movie comes in the wake of 9/11 and is Connor, you were mentioning right before we started recording a big influence on this movie and a lot of his movies post 2001, like in that like immediate few year span. I just watched Munich, and it was the same thing with Munich. It was very much a grappling with faith, not just in a religion or an ideology, but with a government, which is really interesting direction for Spielberg. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna dive into our Letterboxd recap. Jasmine, why don't you kick us off before, and then we'll go to Marcel.
Okay. Well, I'll start by just mentioning all the Spielberg movies I was able to check off the list this week, and then I'll get into like the recent watches.
Fantastic.
So War of the Worlds, obviously. That ended up being the group watch when my friends came over. I was like, you guys are helping me do
nice.
homework.
Nice.
Yeah. I did Catch Me If You Can. Then Raiders of the Lost Ark, Ready Player One, and The Terminal.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I checked a bunch off. I'm really getting ready. I need to update the list, but I'm getting ready here for the Pantheon.
Yeah.
Besides that, I watched Toy Story 5 and double featured that with Leviticus. And then
Great double feature.
Oh yeah, it was real interesting.
Relevant. Definitely makes sense.
Exactly. I saw Toy Story 5 and then I was like, okay, quick break. 20 minutes. We can hop right into Leviticus after that.
How could I take this great mood and just ruin it?
Yeah, no, literally. I'm gonna be crying, but for a different reason. Then I watched Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. Finally got around to that. I was very excited to finally watch that. And then yesterday I watched A Clockwork Orange for Father's Day. Yeah, that was my dad's favorite movie. And I didn't really like remember much about it. So when I rewatched it, I was like, I'm learning a lot here. But, yeah.
And shout out to Stanley Kubrick getting a
Yes.
collection for Criterion.
Thank you.
What?
I'm so excited.
Dude,
Oh my god.
Like
I'm not
$500.
gonna pay $500 for it.
No, wait till the half off sale.
$500
Oh, you
on
know.
sale.
Yeah.
But
No, 300 on sale.
yeah,
Oh, I saw it. Or for the 4K, it was like $479 right
yeah.
now.
I am I am excited about the idea of owning it, and I don't know if I will ever own it. I'm glad it exists. It's very
Yeah.
cool.
I have this big jar of coins, and I've been saving it, and hopefully that can make a dent in it.
Break in case of emergency, aka the Kubrick collection.
No, literally, I have to look at that
Taking out a
jar and be like, "Is
small
this
loan."
worth it?" I think it is.
That'll pay for the
Is it-
taxes.
Says break in case of Kubrick collection announcement. It's like, oh
Yeah.
well, here we go.
Euro trip, Kubrick collection. It's up in the air.
House funds. 4Ks.
Sorry, I took our down payment and put it towards the
Yeah.
Kubrick collection.
Emergency fund for my dogs, or
Importance, I don't know.
I don't know. It's equal on importance to me. Anyways, yeah. So I watched a lot this week.
Yeah, you knocked out a whole bunch. Do you have anything to drink?
No, just water. I'm so boring
water.
on the pod recently.
All right, Marcel, why don't you run down just the last few things that you've been watching? What's new?
Yeah, I haven't been able to watch many things because I am a father to a newborn. So my
Congratulations.
movies have been decreasing from last year, but that's fine because I get to spend time with my beautiful daughter. So the movies that I have been able to watch, I saw 2 movies that I gave each a 1.5 star. And if you disagree with me, I'm so
Lovely.
sorry. First one is Mortal Kombat 2.
No,
I don't think
Did
anyone's going
not
to disagree with you there.
Like it at all. I mean, like the first one, I know people didn't like it, but for some reason I like the first one more than this one. This one was just a whole bunch of nothing. I don't know. I just didn't vibe with it. There was like one cool fight scene with the guy with the hat. That was cool. Another one, this is the one you might, this is a tough one. Michael, I gave 1.5.
I understand it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
No complaints here.
To me,
Yeah.
it just didn't feel like a movie. I feel like it was just, I could have seen like all these clips on YouTube. It felt more like a reenactment. And anyway, that's enough I'll say about that.
That has been my gripe with the idea of the movie the entire time is like, if I'm going to watch, why don't I just like go on YouTube and watch the music videos? Like, what do I need a recreation for?
Yeah, kind of like what like
Yes.
Baz Luhrmann did after Elvis. I would have rather seen that, but with like Michael Jackson or something.
There's a lot of,
Uh,
I keep saying there's a lot of really interesting stuff about Michael. Take the controversies out. You can still explore how a man
Yeah.
was exploited in his childhood and then has to grapple with, I'm super famous, but also hate myself.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
I also watched The Furious, the martial arts movie, which was fantastic. It's one of the best ones I've seen since The Raid. And then I run a horror movie club here in Orlando called Horror Orlando. And for our screenings, we saw Tales from the Crypt Demon Night for our screening. And then we did a little theater meetup takeover, and we did Leviticus for that one.
Nice. That's
Nice.
sick. I
And
wish
then that's
I could
pretty much
organize something like that. That's so
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's all
do
I
you have-
got.
Do you have anything to drink?
I do. I am
this?
drinking a non-alcoholic beer, Athletic Brewery, the hazy
Oh,
IPA.
I keep seeing those at my local grocery store, and I keep thinking maybe one day.
They're good. They're tasty.
All right. I have seen, let's see, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies since we last recorded. Mostly Spielberg, finishing out the ones that I haven't seen. Starting off with the BFG, that was like I just have to grind through it type of watch. Just garbage. It's not good.
Yeah.
Then I finished up The Color Purple, which I mentioned I had started last week. It's a great movie. Very surprised, very happy. Followed it up with Bridge of Spies from 2015.
It's a
which
good one.
surprisingly was really entertaining.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about it, but like I was reading the concept of like Cold War, but it's also lawyers and Tom Hanks, and I was like, this could go either way.
Trading
It's really good. Followed it up with Munich, which is sneaky one of Spielberg's greatest films. Also one of his angriest movies and most violent, and like one that he's like truly contending with a lot of very serious internal issues, which is really interesting. You don't really get to see Spielberg pull out that playbook all that much. So I was really impressed. Then I went to see. I braved a tornado warning and went and saw Toy Story 5 with my fiance. We were literally in the theater and it was like major alert tornado warning in your area, and we were like, well, we're here. Better than being out there, I guess. So we just
It's all right. We go to theme parks during hurricanes here in Orlando. It's no big deal.
That's right.
Nice. I quite like Toy Story 5. I thought it was quite charming. Not as good as it's like the quality has kind of been like almost like a linear down since the first one. The first three are kind of interchangeable, but still really good. Then I watched a new Netflix rom-com called Voicemails for Isabel with Zoe Deutsch, who I am very quickly becoming a major fan of. And
love her.
She's awesome. And she was really good in Voicemails for Isabel. And I'll tell you what, Netflix this year, killing it with the rom-coms between people you meet on vacation in this movie. And then War of the Worlds today. So that's what we got. And I just have a bottle of water. So I'm boring too.
We're staying hydrated.
Yes.
Yeah. So it is. I've kind of noticed you could always tell when I work from home because I'll just watch 4 or 5 movies in a day.
Yep.
And then just maybe 2 other movies the entire week. But started it off on June 16th with Before Sunrise. That is the titular movie of, or I guess the national movie of June 16th.
Yeah.
Then follow that up with The Terminal, which is fine. Then Always, which is not fine. But Palate Cleanser, In the Heat of the Night, great little police detective movie with Sidney Poitier. 3 days later, finally got around to finishing Cleo from 5 to 7.
Nice. Very nice.
That's a good movie. I think I just don't like the French. Because next, I watched Stuart Little with Aaron.
Yeah, I saw you log this. I was real confused.
So we were just having a date night. We wanted to put on a movie. Just scrolling through Netflix and we saw it. We're like, oh, look, it's a cute little mouse. This is like one of those movies where like you just kind of you start watching it, and you're like, holy fucking shit, Michael J. Fox is Stuart Little. And then you just gotta go down the cast list and you're like, damn, Nathan Lane's in this. Damn, Steven Zahn's in this. Damn, Chaz Palmineri's in this. And then obviously like you have Hugh Laurie and Gina Davis. But it's just like, fuck, man, they got a stacked cast.
Written by M. Night Shyamalan? What?
Yeah.
I know. It's just like one of those things. I love doing this where you just like go back to a movie in your childhood and you're like, damn, how did they get all these people?
You're forgetting about Lipnicki, the kid from Jerry Maguire.
Oh, I mean, what was the vampire movie he did? That's the one I know him from.
Couldn't tell you. Oh, The Little Vampire?
The Little Vampire.
Yeah.
Duh. That
what was that vampire one that he did?
You know, the little vampire flick he did?
He's a small blood-sucking creature. What's it called? I don't... Oh,
yeah.
God.
And then War of the Worlds.
Nice. Do you have anything to drink?
I got a sparkling ice black cherry.
Nice. Good choice. Okay, well, let's talk about War of the Worlds. So, is this a first-time watch for anyone? Have any of you seen this before? Jasmine, this was first time for you.
Yeah.
Awesome. So everyone else, we've all seen this before. I think I watched it for the first time last year. So this is a recent new watch, but I've seen it a couple times now. And do any of you own this movie? Does anyone have it on Blu-ray? Do you have it readily available, or is it
Damn,
in?
man, I did. It's in the living room because I also
That's
watched
okay.
it again today. But I have it on 4K.
Oh, I have the Blu-ray, so we're close.
Yeah,
The 4K lives in our memories.
yeah.
So I picked up the Blu-ray of this film when I was in Colorado. Actually,
Ooh.
it was kind of hard for me to find. I don't buy a lot of stuff like new. Like I know a lot of stuff I could just buy it online or buy it new or whatever. But I like to thrift my stuff. And most of them was kind of hard to find. Speaking of that, I went out movie shopping last weekend or this past weekend, and found 2 films that I've been looking for a while. While I was out, 10 Things I Hate About You, which is absolutely one of my
Nice.
favorite. I cannot find it out anywhere, and I found a DVD copy of it, so I was so happy. And then the film Defending Your Life, which is just kind of like on my list of stuff that I wanted to watch or that I wanted to collect. Anyways, small tangent over. So, if you're not like me or Marcel, you can watch this movie on streaming. It's on Paramount Plus. For some reason, you support them. Also, Stars. Or if you're one of the 3 people that own Philo, you're in luck.
Oh yeah.
Philo again,
Always
making a
that
comeback.
Philo.
Yeah. It's like Sneaky have a great filmography, but also I'm not paying $40 a month for you, Philo. Like, you're on crack. So this, if you're unfamiliar with War of the Worlds, is a 2005 American science fiction action thriller directed by Steven Spielberg, obviously, written by Josh Friedman, who wrote Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Fantastic Four: First Steps, and did the story for the Keanu Reeves sci-fi film Chain Reaction, and also the story for Avatar: Way of Water, Avatar: Fire and Ash, and Terminator: Dark Fate. So fairly accomplished, and also written by David Cope, who we talked about last week, is written some of the greatest films of all time: Jurassic Park, Carlito's Way, Mission Impossible, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, and also has written Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Angels and Demons, the 2017 Tom Cruise Mummy. So like, and also wrote Disclosure Day. So there's some hit and miss. Cinematography by Janusz Kaminski, once again, who has shot every Spielberg movie since Schindler's List.
Wow.
And won awards for Schindler's List and Saving Private Ryan. And distributed by Paramount Pictures, with music by the great John Williams. Once again, he's back. This movie was released June 29th, 2005, with a runtime of 117 minutes and an estimated budget of $132 million. How much did this movie make at the box office?
I know this made boku bucks. It went kind of crazy. I'm going to say like 600.
I was going to say like 5.
I kind of cheated. I saw some trivia before this, but not the full. I saw that it made like 200, like I think like opening like week or something. So I'm going to go with like, I think 500 something maybe.
Okay. You guys got to get on Connor's level, because it's 603.9. It's just like on the money.
Nice.
Yo.
I just know like 05, like this is peak action time.
Oh,
like
yeah.
people are eating up giant alien ships.
So speaking of that, 2005 at the box office. I've got the top 10 here. Do you want me to read it off, or do you want to do like what we did last time and try and guess what was in the top 10? Or do you even have any idea of what came out in 05 off the top of your head?
If I
This
pull
is
up
like-
Letterboxd, I can look what came
I know
out.
there's like one of the Harry Potters came out this year, and that was probably like 1 or 2.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
again, I know like this is that time. This is like when I grew up.
Goblet of Fire was number 1 with $895 million. So
Why did I think it would be like one of the last ones?
Oh,
I don't know
there's some
years.
big movies this year.
Shrek 2 or 3.
Oh wait, hold on.
Shrek 2 or 3, both not on the list.
Okay.
Revenge of the Sith came out this year.
Oh,
Revenge of the Sith came out this year. That is your number 2 at the box office. $849 million.
oh, 5.
I wanna say
Connor,
we
I
had a
s-
Batman.
I
we had
see
a
what you're
Batman
doing
come
here.
out. Yeah, I'm cheating. There's a Batman movie that came out this year as
Do
well.
you have your
Yeah.
movies
Yeah.
like organized by year or something?
No, I have
no,
them,
he's-
organized by box office.
Yeah. Batman Begins is on the list, number 9, $373 million.
Pride
I will
and
say we
Prejudice.
have done.
So this has to be top 5 then as well. By the
Yeah.
way,
Oh, like maybe a Transformers movie? Wait, when did Transformers come out? No, that was later.
Narnia.
I think that's 07.
Narnia.
Yes, Narnia.
We've
has to be the
done
same.
2 of these movies, and you've got them both. So episode 3, and then Narnia made $745 million. Holy shit, that's insane.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So what numbers have we gotten so far?
1, 2, 3, and 9.
I'm gonna say this has to be like, you said Narnia was 700.
Yeah, 745.
This has to be like 5 then, or 4.
This is number 4. War of the
Okay,
Worlds is
yeah.
number 4.
Yeah.
At 600, yeah.
603.
Fantastic Four.
Close. It was the number 11. Last Man Out.
Okay.
Very close.
There's got to be some like Pixar or something like The Incredibles.
The Incredibles not on the list. There
Damn.
is one animated movie on this list.
Is it Disney? Can you give us that?
I don't believe it's Disney. It was huge though, and it spawned a mini franchise.
Oh,
It's for sure not Chicken
Madagascar.
Little. Oh,
Madagascar. There you
Okay.
go. Number
Kong,
6.
too,
King
as well.
Kong is number
King
5.
Kong.
556. Madagascar made 542. So you're missing 7, 8, and 10.
There's no Pride and Prejudice on the list.
Pride and Prejudice is not on the list.
Yeah, I didn't think that made much money.
It definitely made money, but it wasn't buku dollars.
Are any of them
money.
horror movies?
Well, depends on how you look at one of these movies. I would say
Depends-
traditionally no, but at times
Are you talking
Kinda
about Charlie and
scary.
the Chocolate Factory for that?
I am absolutely talking about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
It's a good hint.
$474 million. That was your number 8. So there's 2 movies left. Both of them original films, non-traditional things that I would think wouldn't necessarily be like box office top 10 material.
Like
Both of them very star driven.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
That's one of them.
Is
Nice.
it Red Eye?
No, Red Eye
No.
not on the list.
Oh, that would be incredible if it was.
Yeah, right. Mm,
What's the genre of that last one?
Like rom-com-ish.
It's not Brokeback Mountain, is it? Did we already
No,
guess
this is
that?
not Brokeback Mountain. That's
Brokeback Mountain.
more rom-drom.
Oh,
That's-
is it Wedding Crashers?
That's a great pull. It's not Wedding Crashers.
Is it 40-Year-Old Virgin?
It is not 40-Year-Old Virgin. You're kind of circling it though. You're circling. This is oft forgotten.
Hitch?
Yeah, there it is. Hitch.
nice.
Number 10. So the official number, the official list here, number 10 is Hitch, $371 million. Batman Begins at number 9. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, number 8. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, number 7. Madagascar, 6. King Kong at number 5. Number 4, War of the Worlds. And then Chronicles of Narnia, Star Wars Episode 3, and Harry Potter, Goblet of Fire. Wanted to ask, was 2005 like sneaky one of the best blockbuster years we've had in the last 25 years? Like there's
a
some
lot of fun movies.
there's some
Yeah,
really
those are
good
good.
movies on this list.
Yeah.
I think that was when a lot of franchises were either starting or peaking.
Right. Because like we're in the midst of, and this is also when franchise work was not just like we're just making 27 Marvel films because we can. This is, we're adapting all of Harry Potter. We're making a new trilogy to Star Wars. Like, we're doing that kind of stuff versus
Mhm.
here's another flight plan because everyone wants that, right?
Right.
It's a good year. Okay. Connor, we've talked about the details. Why don't you tell us what the people thought?
So, people were a little mixed on this one. I feel like we've been riding a bit of a high, but it's time to come down. Critics were at a 76% with this one. Audiences, 42%.
Wow, 42%.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Again, this is one where I would almost think it'd be flipped, but alas, it's not. 6.6 on IMDb. Big ol' Raj. Almost 21 years ago to the day.
I love how you keep
Gave it two
adding like
adjectives.
adjectives to Raj. First it was Raj, then it was Big Raj. Now it's Big ol' Raj.
Give it 2 out of 4. So sitting on the fence. He called it Creaking Havoc. He said, War of the Worlds is a big, clunky movie containing some sensational sights, but lacking the zest and joyous energy we expect from Steven Spielberg. It proceeds with the lead-footed deliberation of his 1950s predecessors to give us an alien invasion that is malevolent, destructive, and from the alien point of view, pointless. They've been planning this for millions of years and have gone to a lot of trouble to invade Earth for no apparent reason and with a seriously flawed strategy. What happened to the sense of wonder Spielberg celebrated in Close Encounters of the Third Kind and the dazzling imagination of Minority Report?
I'm gonna have to disagree with Raj here on the the idea that like it's Spielberg made a movie and it doesn't have wonder in it. I'm out. It's kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie. I like when he's pushing the boundaries.
Yeah.
This is something I have in my notes too, but it's nice that he can just like, especially because this is at this point in time, people weren't happy. They were stressed, and sometimes you don't need wonder.
And like I feel like there have been plenty of points in time too where people have been angry, and it's like Spielberg's always been kind of the outlier, and like he loves things, and he has this great sense of hope and idealism, and
just look at Disclosure Day.
Right.
That's kind of exactly the critiques of it now. It's like everyone's very cynical, but here he is full of hope.
Yeah. And meanwhile, 20 years ago, Raj is like, man, where's that hope? I need that hope.
Yeah. Normally when we get a 2 out of 4, I try to find like a 1 of each, but I feel like we've always been pulling the 1 stars. So I just grabbed a 10 star.
Oh, okay.
Because maybe we need some positivity.
Okay.
So PRW_Houghton from July 9th said, some people seem to be confused. This is directly at Raj.
Yeah. Some people.
His response.
Some people. He has his picture in front. He's like, some people.
Some nerds don't get it. They say, it looks like this is dividing opinion sharply. I'm coming down very heavily on the sci-fi classic side of the argument. Indeed, I think it's better than Close Encounters. It's one of those films where you come out of the theater and want to get straight back in again, like a filmic roller coaster. Marcel, he's speaking to you.
Yeah, this is all for me.
I just do not understand how people can come out of the theater saying bad things about it. No plot? You have got to be kidding me. I wonder what these people actually want from their movies. Tom Cruise's acting is the best it's ever been, and the 2 young co-stars are both outstanding. The effects are awesome, except for one early scene, which really does look like a 2-foot-high model from a B movie. The tension is maintained throughout, and, rare for Spielberg, there's not too much mush. One of our national papers in Britain has called it the best sci-fi film of all time. It's got to be close, unless you call Contact a sci-fi. That would win hands down. What is wrong with you 1 out of 10ers? Lost it a bit, but...
Yeah, well, saying this is a Tom Cruise's best performance is a lie. That's not true. But also, like, hands down the best sci-fi, except for Contact, is a crazy sentence.
Yeah, no. Can't get me on board with that one.
Yeah, I'm not quite there on this one. You could have convinced me. You could have convinced me, but then you pulled Contact out, and I was like, You lost me
You know
a little
what?
bit.
I love it.
This is
I
actually
agree.
Marcel's review that he wrote.
It's not a review, it's just performance art.
Yeah.
This is not a movie. This is God
better.
speaking directly to my soul.
For once in his life, Spielberg actually spoke the truth.
Oh, God. All right. Well, Connor, why don't you bring us through the plot of this movie, and then we'll dive into the things that we liked.
Sure. Ray is a divorced father of two, Rachel and Robbie, living in New Jersey when his ex-wife Marianne drops their kids off on her way to Boston. A strange thunderstorm occurs, causing cars and electronic devices to stop working, and a giant tripod machine emerges from the ground, disintegrating everyone hit by its laser beam. Ray gathers his kids and they flee in the only working car they find, heading towards Boston, but they discover havoc left by the machines in their path. Army intervention is proven useless thanks to the machine's shields, and they discover that the machines were buried under the earth for a long time, and the lightning blasts they witnessed were from an alien ship transporting their pilots to them. They lose their car, and after an assault on a ferry boat, Robbie joins the Army's attempts to hold back the enemy to no avail. They soon discover, after staking out in a former ambulance driver's basement, that the aliens are harvesting human blood to turn it into their own vegetation. The two are able to The two are able to make it to Boston, where they see that the birds are landing on the tripods, indicating that the shields are no longer working. They witness the Army shoot down a machine, and they watch the alien pilot die as it's diseased from Earth's air and bacteria. They make it to Mary's house, where Robbie is alive. The movie ends with narration explaining that the aliens could not survive against Earth's viruses and microbes, which humans adapted to over their existence. That's it.
All right. Let's talk about what worked. Jasmine, I'll start with you. What'd you like about War of the Worlds?
I mean, so much of it. I love Tom Cruise's performance in this. I do think he is one of like my favorite actors, totally separating art from artist here. But a major thing for me was the sound design. I think that just made it so much more eerie. So terrifying too, especially like watching it in the dark and just it was crazy. I like the look of the aliens.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I know a lot of people don't, and it was like even mixed in the group I was watching it with, and I was like, no, I like this. They don't look like his typical grays or anything like that. I thought that was a cool look for them as well. And another thing I've noticed with like Spielberg specifically is whenever he does like big destruction and destroying scenes, it's never like positive or looked at in like a fun kind of like blockbustery, like walking away from the fire looking cool way. It's always like detrimental and hard to watch. It's sad.
It's never like, holy shit, he knocked down a building. It's like, holy shit, he just knocked down a building.
That was exactly it. Thank you, Aaron. That's perfect.
It's exactly that, yeah.
Yeah, just to run down a few things on my laundry list there.
And to combine two of those points, I liked that scene of Ray kind of, as he comes back from like everyone just getting slaughtered, and he's just covered in like people dust.
Yeah.
And he just looks absolutely shell-shocked, and instead of just being like, okay, I already have a plan, like we're just gonna gather everything, he just looks like he just witnessed his entire neighborhood like die, and he needs like time to kind of recoup himself.
I
like that there's a very
like leaning horror like really works.
And I think that was like I think I read that was like direct imagery from stories of people who witnessed 9/11. It's like a similar thing with like all like the dust in the city coming back home and just covered in all this stuff. So yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, and it does really play like a horror movie because it is. I mean, so many films or like alien invasion type films or whatever are more on the action side of things of like, here's the military kicking ass. But like for your everyday dude, this is like the scariest, the worst thing that could possibly happen is an alien invasion. Like that is it. And so I like that they capture that side of what would happen. Marcel, you love this movie, so give me something that worked.
So I watched it again today, and the one thing I noticed from this movie is the pacing is phenomenal. I think it never gives you a moment to breathe. It's just like intense chaos, maybe like a little bit of downtime, and then we're like back to chaos, and it's just constant throughout the entire movie. And just real like that's what's terrifying about this movie. That's what makes it kind of like a horror movie. Is that it never lets you breathe. It's just you're constantly on the edge. Straight action horror, and especially toward that Tim Robbins basement scene, everything leading up to that moment was terrifying. But that's like the main thing that I really enjoy about this movie is the pacing. Of course, Dakota Fanning worked for me.
Yes,
in her role. I know we'll get into that a little bit later, but the big key for me was definitely the pacing.
Yeah, I mean it's true. I think there are areas where it definitely slows down a little bit too much. Like when they first get to the basement, although it doesn't sit, it sat in it for less time than I remembered. The first time around, when I watched it this time, it was like it moved a little bit quicker than I remember. But yeah, it is very much like we're moving, we're still going. Which, I mean, for me, if something like this were to happen, that's what I would be like. First car out of there, I'm gone. See ya, goodbye.
Yeah,
and I'm not stopping.
Yeah.
So I like that part about it. I also, one of the things that really stood out for me is how, essentially like the characters become interesting because of the characterization that Spielberg gives. Ray is a deadbeat. He is not a good dad. His kid, he doesn't care about his kids. And conversely, his kids don't care about him. And so then that dynamic becomes a major focal point in the start of the movie, and then by the end of the movie, all of it washes away because you realize, oh, well, he does actually care. Maybe he doesn't care to, the degree of his the mom or whatever, but like he does whatever he needs to protect his daughter, and he tries to, prevent his son from joining the military. I guess I don't fucking know what he was doing.
I mean, all it took was an alien invasion, but no big deal.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But like by the end of it, you're not even thinking about that relationship because they've developed so much over the course of this trauma that they're going through. It's really well done.
Is it weird that I somehow think this is like a biographical take on Tom Cruise, how he is like a real person? He just like doesn't know how to do anything, can't make like a peanut butter sandwich, and he just like doesn't know what to do. Because when I think of Tom Cruise, I'm just like,
he doesn't know how to be a human. Tom Cruise is not human. I'm convinced
exactly.
Sometimes. It's like this is I've seen it somewhere where it's like, all right, Tom, we need you to like pretend to be happy in this scene. And he's like, got it. I will pretend to be happy, sir. It's like he doesn't know how to be human. It's true. He's very strange man. Connor, what did you like?
I think there are moments of this movie that look phenomenal. Like just absolutely like hanging on the wall. Like it's that good. One of the moments is just like when they like look over, they're like walking up the hill. I think it's right after the ferry scene. They come out of the water and they just like look over the hill, and there's like 4 tripods just slaughtering people on a hill.
Yeah.
Great. There's the whole scene of him like opening the door after the basement, and it's just like you just see all this blood and like devastation. I know that's kind of like an homage to kind of like the exact inverse of Wizard of Oz, where she opens the door and it's just like, oh, look at all this color and wonder, and now he opens the door and it's just like hell on earth. But there's just so many. Obviously, it's Spielberg, and you're gonna get like just the Spielberg visuals, so that always will work for me. Plus, you have like the storytelling beats of it. One that stood out to me immediately is how like Robbie's wearing his Red Sox hat just to kind of piss his dad off. Yeah. But then when he looks at his the picture of Robbie with his mom and the stepdad, he's wearing a Yankees hat.
I didn't even notice that, but that's a good pull.
Either.
Yeah.
And I mean, the family dynamics portion of this movie is the most interesting thing about the movie. Like, I could care less about whether the movie was about aliens, whether it was about a zombie attack, whether it was about whatever, but the fact that it's about this family and this broken family, that's what's interesting to me. And obviously that's what's interesting to Spielberg too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got to talk about the set pieces. This movie has like multiple awesome set pieces between hiding in the basement and like the attack on the tripods, and then the initial like alien invasion. There are some absolutely insane set pieces.
Yeah. Also for 05, the CGI was amazing.
Yeah, it was really solid.
I read in the trivia that like the person I don't know the name, I didn't write it down, but the visual effects supervisor or whatever, it was his last film that he did, and that he was like so enthralled by it that he just retired, and he's like, I'm going out on top.
Honestly, that's I want to be at that point in my career, be like, this is the best work I've ever done. I'm done.
Peaked.
See you guys later.
I'm never doing better than this. I'm out.
I also want to have the foresight to be like, to look at something and be like, I will never be better than this, so I might as well stop.
In 2005 too, like we are on the precipice of like this technological boom just in visual effects, and he's just like, nope, don't care for it.
You think this guy looks at what you can do now and he's like, well, maybe I could try one more.
Dude, I don't know, man. Like some of those 2000 visual effects, like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh my god,
like, those are just like. And now I think now it's just so oversaturated, and people are just like kind of all willy nilly with the visual effects. It just doesn't add. It's not. They didn't put like the work that they did in the 2000s. Like they put a lot of blood and tears into it. Now it's just so easily accessible. I feel like it's just white. It's like washed.
Well, it's also like, in the mid 2000s, you're maybe looking at like 150 VFX shots. Maybe 200 if you're like really pushing it. And now it's like your average Marvel movie or average like Netflix action movie has 300 to 400 CG pieces.
It's like the whole movie.
It's like the entire movie. And then they're like, well, it's good enough. Ship it. I also, one of the things that Spielberg's so good at, and we talked about this a bit with Close Encounters and stuff like that, it's like crowd scenes or anything with crowds specifically. Spielberg's really good at. And the stuff he does with the mass like hysteria, the mass confusion, and during the alien invasion, the scene with the van when it's just like an angry mob. Anything that he can do with large swaths of people it's unlike anything I've seen before. Like his ability to command a large number of people is incredible.
Agreed.
All right. What else do you guys like about this movie?
I think the movie does a great job of capturing scale.
Yeah.
Again, just how massive these tripods are. But even more like as a metaphor, just how insignificant humans are, just in the grand scheme of it, of how like these things can just show up and just annihilate us without even like prep, really. And there's just so many moments where you can kind of see like that there's like desperation and anguish on Tom Cruise's face of like, I can't do anything. Like, it's just like, man, I really wish I was Ethan Hunt right now. Maybe I could do something, but
it's a hopelessness of the humans that's really effective. And I like too that it's on that kind of that front that they don't really show much of the fighting between the military and the aliens. Like we get that one scene where they're shooting a bunch of shit at them, but we don't even see what's happening on the other side of it. And then all of a sudden we just see them all blow up. You're like, well, what are we going to do? Like, we can't do anything. It's over. It's like that sort of hopelessness is so effective.
Yeah. Again, because it just goes back to like, this is Spielberg not being very hopeful. It's like, good. Like, I know you kind of said like the aliens aren't the most interesting thing, but I kind of like that this is just kind of like a very raw, kind of devastating gore fest for them. Yeah. It's not like, it's just like, just slaughter everywhere you look.
Yeah, absolutely. And kind of on that front too, something that as I was thinking about this more, was interesting to me is how Spielberg starts the movie like in the daytime, where like you have that connotation of, okay, things are safe. They're, it's the daytime. No one's gonna do anything bad during the day, right? And then all of a sudden, aliens invade, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, like this is a major problem. And then the movie descends into darkness and like that sort of hopelessness and terror and paranoia that comes with something being set in the dark. And I was thinking about like one of the films that recent times that people often try and compare to like a classic Spielberg alien movie or something to that degree is Super 8, J.J. Abrams film. But like the thing that doesn't quite connect with that movie is it's all set at night. The whole movie. Like if you had made that the train crash and like that sort of thing happen just right in the middle of the day, it becomes all of a sudden so much more impactful. And that, I think it was a specific choice by Spielberg to make this invasion happen during the day when you think it's safe, when you think that, nothing's bad's going to happen because we're here, everyone's out. And then all of a sudden everyone's dead. And you're like, what's going on? And now you have to, and now night is coming. Oh, it's terrifying.
Which also adds to that parallels to 9/11, which also happened
Absolutely.
during the day.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then something else I liked, going off of what Jasmine said with the sound, I think this was nominated for an Oscar for sound for good reason,
Yes.
but also the way it plays into the story and how all the humans kind of interact with sound and how they adapt to it. It's kind of like it almost becomes this like instinctual thing because in the beginning they have like the lightning sound, right? And it's like, oh, that's scary, but it's like lightning. It's not really a big deal. And then once the alien emerges and you hear that iconic sound, that becomes almost like this like turning heads things for these people. Like when I think they meet the news crew next to the airplane, they hear the sound and like immediately the news lady was like looking and she's like, we gotta go. You know?
See you. Goodbye.
Yeah. Well, and then right before that, when they were in the house and they heard the sound, they didn't know what it was. They're like, what is that? Like, is that the thing? I've never heard that sound before. And it ended up being the airplane. And then later on, there's a lot of different sounds being played, especially when the aliens are just doing different things, whether they're extracting blood or digging. Just the sound play was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I mean, it was nominated for good reason. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Not to like always harp on his production design, but like the production design in this is really awesome.
Yeah.
Especially in the house. Like I love when we see like they're not even just the big grand scale like you were saying before, but like the little details. Like in Tim Robbins' basement in the house, like when he's doing the PB&J, I'm like, these feel lived in.
I mean, and you learn everything you need to know about these people by their houses. I mean, Tom Cruise is, he's a bachelor. He's a guy that doesn't care about anything. He barely has any food in the house. He's working on an engine in his living room. Like the guy's a wacko. And then contrast that with the really like upper middle class, the mom and her, I'm assuming, new husband. And, everything's neat and tidy and they've got a beautiful house and, that sort of thing. And then Tim Robbins' house is like, oh, I mean, this guy's a wacko. This guy's an absolute nut job. You know it from the start because of his basement. So it's really well done for sure. I think that definitely deserves a shout out. The last thing I had here that I wanted to just mention is like, I do like how the film offers little explanation.
Yes.
Like we don't know why the aliens are here. We don't really know anything about the aliens. We don't know where they come from. We don't know what their goal is, their ultimate goal is. They're just here, which is how it would be in an actual alien invasion. I wouldn't be pining about like, why did they come? I'd be like, holy shit, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
That's one thing I'm so happy they didn't do is have like Tom Cruise meet up with like some government official and be like, have everything explained. Like, oh, they're from some planet outside our system and they're here for our I guess we know that they're there for blood, but we don't need to know why. They're just killing people and that's terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else that you guys want to touch on before we move on? All right, let's move to our I'm in movie moment. So this is the part of this movie And when you see it happen in a movie, you're like, yeah, I'm locked in. This is it. So for me, any scene where there's like just straight up mass panic, public panic or hysteria, I'm locked in. That is gold to me. It's so good.
I agree, especially in this movie. Like you were talking about the way Spielberg has the big groups of people, especially like the ferry scene. I don't know how you're able to manage that. Like that does not process in my mind like how you're able to just film that kind of scene. It's crazy.
And just how you're able to corral that number of people. I keep thinking about like the scenes, not in this movie, but in Saving Private Ryan. You know, the Normandy scene in the beginning is like, how do you even control that number of people and get them to do what you need to do and hit their marks? And it's absurd to me. You know, but anytime that there's a big group like that, and it's like, especially when there's mass panic, I'm pretty locked in. Connor, what'd you have?
I got two things. Kind of off your point, but mass carnage.
Yeah, okay.
Always a fan of that.
All right.
Just give it to me. But also, Tim Robbins.
Oh,
movie.
Anytime Tim Robbins is around.
Mm-hmm. Just, it's cool dude.
Yeah. He's a great actor.
Love Tim Robbins.
Marcel, did you prep something for this?
I did, yeah.
Okay, what do you got?
So, I'm watching the movie. It starts, and Morgan Freeman narration comes in. I sit forward, and I am locked in. I'm ready. That was my I'm in moment. Once I hear like that voice, oh, it's a wrap.
It is kind of an indicator, like, okay, I'm in for something. Something's gonna happen here. I'm in for a ride.
I also did have one more, but this usually happens like a little bit later in the movie. But anytime Tom Cruise is running.
Oh my god! I have it written down on my notes. Whenever he's in an all-out sprint, I'm like, yeah, dude,
let's go. Sorry for stealing that, Jasmine.
No,
great. You're fine. I have like a couple other ones in case. I was like, come on, someone else is gonna say Tom Cruise running.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Sure.
So Tom Cruise running, and another thing where I'm so in is whenever they use camera angles or give him the shoes that make him taller so it hides his height through the whole movie, and then I can pick it out. Like in the very beginning, they're like down low and trying to make him seem like a lot taller than he is. And I'm like, yes, I see you. I'm in.
That's good.
They're really going, the lengths.
I should have paid more attention to that because I think Tim Robbins is like really tall.
He's so tall.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did that during those scenes because he's really tall. So that's funny.
They also keep them like perspective shifts, and you can just be like, they're so good at making sure you can't tell how tall he is.
And also, his son is like as tall as him.
Yeah.
Yep. My other one I have is when there's a character in some kind of sci-fi movie that just like inexplicably needs to go towards the danger. There's no reason for it. But Robbie was like, no, I have to be here. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Fine. I'm in. It also happens in Close Encounters with Roy. Like he saw the one thing and all of a sudden he's like, let me leave my whole family.
Yeah. I got to figure this out. It's like, Robbie, you don't. You saw what they can do.
Yeah, exactly.
I was watching that scene and I was kind of thinking like, why can't we see like what's going on? But Robbie, like the son, he wants to go see it really badly. And I just felt like it had to be some kind of commentary on like, but I don't know. I'm not sure if it makes sense, but it's almost like this commentary where people want to see the violence because leading up to that point, we had seen already like people getting decimated and, killed left and right. But like why this scene specifically can't we see what's going on beyond that hill? And he's like, so like, oh, please let me go. I have to see it. I have to. And I feel like in that moment, it's almost like this thing where it's like, even though you've already seen like what they're capable of, you still want to see more of this like violence going on. And I'm sure there's got to be some kind of commentary there for that scene, but
yeah. I mean, it's a perversion, it's people are perverted for violence in that way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I kind of took it as, again, post 9/11, obviously people had this pride about them especially like young men, they wanted to go fight for their country. I feel like that was kind of what Spielberg was trying to capture with Robbie. Is kind of like this: you came to on our soil and did this to us. I know that I'm probably going to die, but I'm going to try to protect my home, basically.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
This
a
kind of
good
like,
point.
yeah, this kind of like, I don't want to say ignorant patriotism, but along that line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move to what doesn't work. So we've talked about quite a bit of what we enjoy. Let's dive into what we did enjoy. I'll start with you because Marcel, you mentioned the Morgan Freeman narration. I don't particularly enjoy the narration in this movie.
Okay, that's fine.
You could cut
Not a
it. You
fan.
can cut it out for me too, buddy.
Yeah. I just don't I like when Morgan Freeman narrates things. I will make that distinction. I think it's not effective in this movie because it's too much explanation. It's too much of like, here's the aliens and the aliens are coming and there's a reason why they're here and there's a reason why they're no longer here. And, you know, I don't care. I don't want that. I want to not know.
That's valid.
Yeah.
It felt kind of nostalgic to me because I'm like, damn, when's the last time we had a good like narration, like book ending a movie? You know, maybe that's why I liked it. Just like a nostalgic feeling of narrations in the beginning.
No, I mean, in the right hands, it can be extremely effective.
Yeah.
I
So-
thought it was kind of like an homage to like the radio broadcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that
true.
was kind of my like forgiveness of it, and also like it's Morgan Freeman, so like
That
if
is-
anyone's gonna just like spoon feed me exposition, like it's got to be him.
That is interesting you say that
Fair.
because my wife was like, "Oh, is that from the radio broadcast?" And I'm like, "I have no idea. It could be, but that's interesting. You brought that up."
Yeah.
What else do you guys have that didn't work?
Kind of off that point, I would rather Morgan Freeman give me exposition than some random ass news reporter who just shows up at like.
See, I like the news
a
reporter
downed
though. I thought she did well.
that's fine, but then it's just like, oh yeah, here's everything you need to know about
True.
like the aliens.
True. Yeah. And again,
you want to see footage of them coming down? I got that.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense. It's kind of
Yeah, no.
it's a little wild. I've never been a fan of the like super blown out highlights that's early 2000 Spielberg used a lot. Like it's
Mhm.
one of the reasons why I really have a hard time with Minority Report. Even though it's a movie that should be 100% up my alley, I hate how blown out the highlights are. I hate how it looks visually. AI is similar at points too. I don't like how it looks visually. This movie does it a couple times. It's way better when there's a reason they don't do that anymore. And it's because it looks like shit, to be honest. It looks awful to me.
Yeah, it's why I kind of tried to mince my words when I said some parts of it looked nice because
Yeah.
the start of this movie looked terrible.
It's
with
just
how
like,
blown out it is.
oh, look, this street is literally just a blinding white light. That's what I want to see
yeah,
in
Tom
my
Cruise
movie.
is in heaven.
Yeah,
It's a heaven he doesn't believe in, but he's there.
Well, it's in his contract that he has to look like that. It's kind of like The
Yeah.
Rock
Yeah.
never losing in movies.
Yeah.
Yikes. Marcel, what'd you have?
I think you talked about how you liked how, you know, you don't really get much information, especially from the end of the movie. And I agree with you on that, but I still needed like at least 20 more minutes at the end of this movie. It's a 2-hour movie. I think, like I said, I like the pacing, but I probably could use a little bit longer part toward the end of the movie to give me maybe a little bit more of like the process of deterioration when it came to the aliens. Because you literally go from Tom Cruise just like blowing up one of them, and then it's just straight to like, oh, they're dying. It's like,
Mhm.
how like shitty does that guy have to feel after just killing one and then they're dying on their own? Just like
Yeah,
that,
right.
you know?
Mhm.
So I feel like there could have been something right there in between, maybe like an extra scene where we could maybe like, you know, it's a little bit more deterioration like on the way to Boston, and then there's like signs of it. But going
Yep.
from like that to Boston and they're like dying, I think it was a little bit too quick, and I needed maybe something a little bit in between.
100% agree.
I mean, this is a movie on that point. This is a movie that's most effective as a travel movie. I mean, these people are running away and trying to
Mhm.
run to Boston. And then for like 40 minutes or like a half hour, we're at Tim Robbins' house or like the immediate vicinity of. And it's like, cut that in half. Give me more travel. Give me more time on the road trying to run away from these things. You get those extra scenes. Maybe we can see a little bit more deterioration. That's where the movie's most effective. Not Tim Robbins is a crazy man and he wants to murder all the robots.
Yeah.
Jasmine, what'd you have?
I mean, I basically have a very similar thing. I really liked so much of this movie. It was almost hard to find things I really didn't like. The ending was rushed.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you brought this up because I've got my take here is that the ending of this movie is legitimately really bad. And it is. I know it's a feature of the original story that the aliens are killed by bacteria. It's fucking lame. I'm sorry. It's so stupid.
It's rushed too because it plays out like so quickly.
Yeah.
And like all of a sudden they're walking by like, oh yeah, that one's been there. It just, turned itself off. And I'm like, this is we were just in the basement.
Yeah. And then you get the Morgan Freeman narration of the aliens were killed by bacteria. And I'm like, great. That's fucking awesome. Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah. They were gonna die no matter what.
Yeah, they would be pointless. I don't know. I think it's a really bad ending. Personally.
I don't think it's great. I agree with that. And definitely way too quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Robbie's just there after like running into this.
That doesn't work for me. He should not be. He should not have survived.
Mm-mm.
Again, especially if you want to make it seem. Maybe he had he had all the Dragon Balls there.
No,
but
those explosions was actually just him turning Super Saiyan.
Yeah. Maybe if you really want that to be kind of like you saying something about people going off to fight in a war that they probably shouldn't be fighting in, there's got to be some consequences there.
And they have that whole scene of like, there ends up being an understanding of like, Tom Cruise is like, I know I'm not going to stop you. And Robbie's like, you're not going to stop me. I have to do this. And then they part ways. That should have been it. It should have been like that mutual decision. And then he's back. Oh, I don't like Robbie. He's kind of a dumbass anyways. So
yeah. My only other little thing is I still don't understand why the aliens needed the humans for fertilizer.
Yeah, because it's not explained in the movie, but like after doing some research for the pod, it from the book it gives you a lot more explanations. So I think that kind of adds to what Aaron was saying, how like you're not really getting a ton of information. You're kind of getting from the perspective of these people, so you're kind of as blind as they are. But I think it had to do with like kind of their way of staying alive, like kind of transfusing, I think, their blood, but it obviously backfires. But what I read, something like that.
See, to me, it's a feature, not a bug, because like even just hearing you say that, I'm like, I don't care. I don't need to know. That just makes it a little bit worse for me. All I need to know is that the crazy fucking aliens are coming down to Earth and killing people. And it's like, okay, I mean, hey, I don't know why, but here it is.
Yeah. My only thing is like there's this whole lead up to why, and like there's this big dramatic moment when you see what they're doing, and then it's kind of just like we still don't understand exactly why. You know what I mean? Not that we need like exact, but kind of like if you're gonna push for that moment, you want to have half an idea as to what the end goal is here.
I mean, hey, it's interesting, and I think we're on differing sides of that equation, because again, you say that, and I'm like,
never mind.
I don't care. I don't need to know. Yeah. It's scary as hell. All of a sudden, they're using humans for blood fertilizer.
Yeah,
what the hell is going on?
Yeah,
that's all.
Which is shocking. It is a shocking moment too when you realize that's what they need us for.
I mean, it's kind of there is to your point, and I'm not trying to like discredit your opinion, because there are points where it's like, okay, we could probably use a little bit more like exposition, at least have some understanding. There is a fine line to balance, and some movies are good at it, some of them are not.
Well, this movie tells you like 5 times that the pods have been buried underneath the earth for like millions of years. Maybe use one of those scenes to say why. Yeah.
I mean,
like there's
in the research too, they they said the only reason that they made the pods in the Earth is because they didn't want to do a traditional like alien invasion motherships landing on Earth's thing. So they changed it to be
like they were.
And it's like it's kind of just make the ships come down, you know? I don't really care much for the pods cuz then, you know, you have that problem of like the pods are here. They've been here for forever. How did no one find them? People would have had, you know, people have been using like geolocation tools to find fossils that have been buried deep inside the earth for many years now. They would have found these giant things.
Yeah.
Well, even they're like in the scene where it's like coming out of the ground, there's like, oh, is there like a train underneath? There's like, oh, there's like, I don't think there's a water line under here. It's like they do so much work underneath the grounds of like New York and New Jersey that this thing, unless it's like literally in Earth's core. Yeah, it's in the core of the Earth.
Yeah, right.
Which, I mean, the scene of like the lightning is really cool, and I'm sure we're going to talk about it in a bit. But like, again, my gripe is more like you take the time to explain 3 or 4 separate times that the ships were buried here before, but that's the only thing you take the time to explain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Could do some. You use that time elsewhere.
And then just if I could just say really quickly, the last thing I didn't like was the animal cruelty in this movie.
Yeah.
When Tom Cruise is like, the birds, look at the birds, and they just javelin the thing with all the birds around it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Poor birds, man. They're dead. That's it.
Oh, God.
Anyway, that's just really pissed me off.
Justice for the birds.
It's a great place to transition into our nitpicks.
Good sacrifice.
Connor, you got some I have some nitpicks too, but I know you pull out a bunch of nitpicks. So what do you got?
Terrible police work of the cops. As soon as like the ground starts shaking, not telling people to evacuate. They're just like, "Hey, everyone, we move back." I know you're dealing with you're dealing with kids, and it's a stressful situation. But when Ray is telling them that they need to leave the house in 60 seconds, maybe give them some insight as to why, instead of like having them panic and then Robbie just grabs condiments instead of like anything useful.
Yeah.
Again, just a little bit of information, better communication probably helps them.
It's true.
Massive plane crashes into like their in-law house that they're staying in, destroys the entire neighborhood except their car.
Yeah.
Quite convenient.
Good call. Good point. I never thought about that.
Like half of their house is gone. Half of their neighbor's house is gone except the car.
And you know, by extension of that, perfect driving path.
Yeah.
Exactly. Probably cleared the lane for them.
Yeah, right.
I get why Robbie is running into the battlefield in that one scene, but why are all the other normal people doing the same thing?
True.
Just a little weird. And then last one, when Ray gets pulled down out of the pods, like kind of thing, I'm glad they cared enough to do that for him and not the guy who just got pulled in right before him.
Yeah.
They must have known that he was Tom Cruise.
Yeah, he was the main character. It's like, oh, we gotta save this guy. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something about this guy. He's different.
I've got a couple
that guy
for you. Why in the beginning? Why is Tom Cruise driving like an absolute maniac in the beginning of this movie? Like, does a fucking burnout in front of his ex-wife and husband, and drives into his driveway at 87 miles an hour.
I also love the random like ad lib of the Spanish guy saying "Oye puñeta." I'm like, what the heck? That's such a random thing to have like in a Spielberg movie. Sorry, I'm Hispanic, so me and my wife are listening to it, and we're just like, what the hell?
That's awesome. Tom Cruise can't throw a baseball, and it's very obvious in this movie. Like he's got no form, and he's like, "Come on, hit me in the chest." It's like, what do you throw like a girl? And Tom Cruise is like, eh. Horrible. Here's a big one. If I see an alien machine coming out of the ground, I'm not sticking around past like moment numero uno. I'm gonzo, at the first sign of something happening. They do a lot of like Tom Cruise starts to leave and then hides out next to a wall and like stays there for an extended period of time. And I'm just sitting there like, what are you doing? Where like, do you see what's happening? You see these people dying? Go that way. Run. And then, in the same vein, if I'm running away from absolute carnage and disaster, there's zero chance I'm going into a random man's basement who's holding a shotgun. Because that's going to end well. Not happening, and especially not with my daughter. Not happening. Sorry. Could not be me. Okay. Best moment. We got to talk about some of the scenes. I've got 4 nominees for you. The initial alien invasion. Circling the car, the one take that they do of like them driving down the highway and then they're all kind of interacting together in the car is really cool. The crowd scene of them taking over the car is like horrifying. Maybe the most terrifying moment of the entire movie for me.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's going to happen.
It also felt the most real.
It does. It absolutely does. And then hiding from the alien probes in Tim Robbins' basement is really, I mean, just excellent blocking. Jasmine, you talked about the blocking earlier.
Yeah.
Just incredible filmmaking, using a whole set, a whole scene to do what you need to do. It's really cool.
Very Jurassic Park-esque.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of like the kitchen scene.
Yeah. Any other moments that you want to nominate?
My one moment I had on here is when they are in the thing like about to be fertilizer and they all actually start working together. I think that's like a very sweet moment in a very horrifying situation.
Mm-hmm.
Just
The
a little
power
shout
of
out for that
people.
one. I don't think it's the best, but I think it's kind of cool.
It's the power of people coming together to save Tom Cruise and not another guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, especially contrasting that with the car, like the fight over the car. It's kind of like you see people at their best and then you see people at their worst.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for me, I have 3. I have, of course, when we first see the alien come out of the ground, that whole sequence is really great. I'm actually a really big fan of the whole Tim Robbins basement scene, like from beginning to end. I thought that was an interesting kind of change of pace when it comes to Tim Robbins' character. We get to see like this like loony conspiracy nut interacting with Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning. I really enjoyed that, and the whole hiding and the using the mirror was really cool. And then another scene that I liked, it's not really anything crazy, but I did like the airplane scene. I kind of admire it more because there's a movie that I watched last year called The Quiet Earth. It's I think it's like a New Zealand film. It's kind of like this post-apocalyptic thing where like everybody on Earth just like goes missing, and it's just like this one guy walking around like the entire city. And there's a scene in that movie, which was made for like no money, that is very similar to the scene in War of the Worlds with the airplane scene. It's more impressive in that movie because it's like a lower budget. But if you watch that movie and you watch this and you just compare both of them, it just makes this scene probably better. Because I wonder if Spielberg actually took inspiration from The Quiet Earth, because they're so very similar, kind of like just walking around the airplane and all the debris and everything. So I like that scene.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Connor, did you have any other moments?
Yeah. So I really did enjoy Tom Cruise sandwich meltdown. I think just truly capturing the frustration of a divorcee.
Mm-hmm.
The bodies in the river scene.
Yeah, that's
pretty haunting.
Yeah.
And then just the entire ferry scene as well.
Yeah, that's good too. There are like 5 great set pieces in this movie. They just knock out of the park. Okay, Oscars recap. So this movie was nominated for 3 Oscars. It won 0. Was nominated for Best Sound Editing, Best Sound Mixing, and Best Visual Effects. Kind of surprised. No other nominations here.
Yeah.
A relatively weak year. This is obviously the year Brokeback Mountain loses Best Picture to Crash, which is an all-time catastrophe. But also nominated Capote, Good Night and Good Luck, and then Spielberg's own Munich was nominated for Best Picture. Do you think War of the Worlds slides in any of those spots?
No.
I don't think so
think so.
either. I do think, though, that you can slot Spielberg into Best Directing, but he already was nominated for Munich in this year. So I think that ends up kind of taking a lot of the majority vote here.
I also don't. I wouldn't have put him in anyway for
Interesting.
this movie. I just don't think this is very much like an Oscar type movie.
The one that I feel like could probably be the most is Best Supporting Actress, because Dakota Fanning we didn't really even talk about it. She gives, again, an amazing child performance in this movie. She's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
And the nominees in that year were Rachel Weisz won for The Constant Gardener, Amy Adams for Junebug, Catherine Keener for Capote, Frances McDormand for North Country, and Michelle Williams for Brokeback Mountain. One of those you could probably slide out for Dakota Fanning.
Maybe.
But that's tough.
What won over? Sorry, I'm not sure if you were getting to that. What won over like the ones it was nominated in?
For Best Supporting Actress?
No, for like the ones that were nominated for World of the Worlds. Like what won in those categories?
Yeah. So best sound editing was King Kong won.
Okay.
Best sound mixing, King Kong won.
Yeah.
And then best visual effects, King Kong won.
God.
Jeez.
Yeah, kind of ate their lunch on that one.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It kind of respectfully deserved.
King
Yeah.
Kong
I
is
love
pretty
King
good.
Kong.
It's crazy because I don't know. I feel like the visual effects I like better in World of Worlds.
I would agree. I would say if it was gonna take any of them, it would probably be that one.
I think it's just because King Kong is a lot more VFX heavy
Yeah. I mean, King Kong was
with
huge
all
when
the
it came out.
dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the number 5 movie of the year, so
Yeah.
it's pretty
I
big.
mean, War of the Worlds got it by one spot.
It did.
Yep.
Don't forget that.
It's true. Okay, Connor, your choice category. What do you got?
Yes. This one was a little tough. I didn't know which one to go with. So I ended up just going with again, let me just make sure I get the right name. The Evil Dead. Is this situation actually that hard to get out of?
Yeah.
I'm saying yes, a tentative yes, because we know that the aliens have a shelf life.
Yeah, right.
And I also, are the aliens coming to Connecticut? That's my
Maybe not.
a non-metropolitan area. Can I survive 3 days in Connecticut in a basement?
Well, what if like you don't know they
Yes.
have a shelf life, and you get out of Connecticut and you go into danger?
Well,
My counterpoint is I'm not leaving Connecticut.
and I guess my counterpoint to that is also I'm not going near a major metro. If anything,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going further
Yeah.
into the woods.
If I hear that aliens are attacking Earth, my last thought is, man, I need to go to New York City right now.
Yeah, dude, that's my place, man. I gotta make sure
I
I'm
gotta
there.
go there. The subway.
Which,
If anything, I might be like, if I'm leaving anywhere, I might be going like north. I might be going like
to Canada,
New Hampshire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like take me to the woods.
yeah. And you know, now that we mention it, aliens invade, and Tom Cruise's first thought is, I gotta go to Boston.
He's got to go to his ex-wife.
Yeah, but
Obviously. Well, you know what's funny? He starts a deadbeat and he ends a deadbeat because his
Yeah.
entire mission is just to get rid of his kids again.
it is true. It is true.
He said you'll be happier there. with
Yeah.
Mom and
It's like,
step.
I don't know how to
At
take
least,
care of you
at
guys.
least he's a self-aware deadbeat.
Yeah.
He's like, we have not eaten once since this whole thing started.
I tried to feed you peanut butter sandwich, and it's the one thing you're allergic to. So maybe we're better off somewhere else. Okay, Heat Check. The best scene by a single scene performer. I have Camilla Monet as the TV news producer at the crash site, who, while being very exposition heavy, is just like basically insulting Tom Cruise for like 2 minutes and then leaves. And it's even like, hey, do you need a ride? She's like, hey, were you on this plane? No? Oh, well, goodbye.
Would have been a great story. All right.
Yeah. It's, she does well. She does really well.
I think for me, for my heat check, it's like a really quick scene, but I think the guy just straight up ripping through the windshield was going in. I loved it. Hands are bleeding. Like, throw this guy into the next Romero movie. Like, I felt like I was watching a zombie movie for a second. He's just like, hands are bleeding. Love that guy. I don't know his name, but he stole his little 3 seconds of fame.
That's a true heat check. On the same vein, too, the guy that holds the gun to Tom Cruise is like, I'm taking the car. I'm taking the car.
Immediately gets popped. Yeah,
I wanted him too for my heat check because he was great.
Yeah.
Mine is the woman that's trying to take Dakota Fanning with her. I also don't know her name, but she was very like, I got you. And she's not listening to a word this kid is saying. And she can clearly see Tom Cruise like in the distance. She's like, no. Like, I am going to take care of you.
My dad's right there.
Yeah. She's like, my dad's right there. He told me to stay here. They can all see him. He comes back and she's like, oh, I didn't know.
I'm so sorry.
She told you.
It's true. It's a good call. It's a good call.
Yeah, I liked her.
That woman just wanted a new daughter. It's really what I think what it was coming down to.
She was like, I need to do the right thing. I need the good karma for the next 20 years.
Which, it's funny because I feel like people would do that like regularly. Like, maybe you're so into the moment you just don't know what like the kid is saying. You just want to like take him to safety. Because I feel like there's a lot of movies that like where the main character will see like a kid and they're like, oh my god, come with me, where are your parents, but for some reason in this movie it makes it seem so bad for her.
Yeah. Connor, did you have one?
I didn't, but I just thought of the military guy in the pod who saved Tom Cruise's life.
Yeah,
I also had that. Yeah, me too.
Well, why don't you tell us if this movie would be better with a shark in it? Because this is your category. So, Marcel, if you're unaware, we've introduced a new category called the Connor Jameson Would This Movie Be Better with a Shark in It Award. Where Connor will opine about where he would put a shark in this movie. So
okay,
I never planned for this too. This is always off the cuff. So, the ferry scene.
Yeah.
What if, as people are getting dumped into the water, there's just a shark and like it's just the worst line ever. But Tom Cruise is just like, now we got to deal with sharks. So people are getting eaten from below, snatched from above, and he's just like, I'm gonna shoot myself. I can't win.
At least the people drowning in the car are safe from the shark.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're drowning in a car. So
hey,
so that's probably even
rather
worse.
that than get eaten by a shark, I guess.
Spielberg
I'd rather
pats
get my head
himself
bit
on the
off.
back and has one of the people running the boat be like, we're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna step on any of my, or I am gonna step on a future category down the line here. Did you know, Connor, in Tom Cruise's room, there is a Jaws poster?
I did not catch that.
There is a Jaws poster. They inserted a Jaws poster into the room of Tom Cruise.
See, I didn't want to fall back on because they flipped through the TV. I'm like, the easy option it always is just put Jaws right there. I don't want to do it.
I like it. Okay. I'm gonna go to Marcel. Your choice category.
Yes. My choice category is the spin-off. It's choose a character and then what like a spin-off movie or TV show from the movie. And I chose Justin Chatwin, who plays Robbie. I would like to see what happened when he goes off into the distance. I want to know what happens. I want to know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So whether it's a miniseries or a little movie, I want to see his journey from there to Boston.
I have a lot of questions.
I would love to see it,
yeah,
just unscathed.
Yeah.
It's
like, hey man,
explosion was huge. Like, what happened?
Yeah. There was an alien immediately right in front of them after he does that.
Everything exploded.
Yeah. What happened? That's a good one. I like that. I think that might
Yeah.
be one of the first times that we've pulled that one out. So I like that you grabbed
Yeah.
that one.
Thank you.
Okay. Who would make this movie better? Jasmine, I'll start with you.
Oh, okay. Hear me out on this.
Okay.
I think if you replace, listen, I love Tom Cruise as an actor. If you replace him with Nicolas Cage, this makes a totally different movie. A little more wacky. Pretty fun.
I like the energy that Nicolas Cage brings.
That's what I'm thinking. I could see him running those streets. We don't have to fake his height.
No, I actually love that pick. Just imagine him in those scenes. Oh, you have 60 seconds. We gotta get out of here.
We gotta get back to
he's just
Boston.
freaking out.
Yeah,
Like
that's
he's
what I'm
he's
saying.
got the dust cover on him, and he's just like going crazy. Oh, I love that pick.
It's fun.
I wasn't sure how that was gonna hold. I was like,
Yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah,
a shot
I
in
like
the
it.
dark here, but I thought it'd be like a crazy fun choice. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah. Marcel, what'd you have?
I actually love everybody's role in this movie. So the only thing that I have written down is I would change literally anybody in Robbie's role. Just anybody.
Oh, damn.
Just pick
Yeah.
somebody, plug them in. I'm happy.
There we go.
Yeah, that's my pick. And also, looking at the cast for this movie, did you know Channing Tatum's in this movie?
Nope. I did not.
Very small extra role in the scene in the earlier scene when the alien first comes out. There's a scene of like the church kind of breaking, and there's like a guy I think wearing a hat just like running away. That's Channing Tatum.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah. So yeah, Channing Tatum right there.
Yeah.
David Harbour was in this movie in a deleted scene.
Yes, a dock worker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Thank you.
And then Connor.
I had two, and I can be a bit more specific off yours, Marcel, because I also wanted anyone else besides Justin Chatwin, because I thought that was just not a great role.
Yeah.
But I went with Emil Hirsch just because I thought he was kind of peaking at that time.
Okay.
But I also, I know I said like when Tim Robbins is in a movie, I'm in. But there were times when like in his performance, he was given a lot of like Ray Liotta, and I was like, what if we had Ray Liotta?
Ooh.
Ray Liotta in that role is so good.
Mhm.
Karen.
I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's awesome. Mine, I did mine last because mine coincides with my my choice category, which is the 1-for-1 movie swap. So I will be taking a character or an actor out of another movie from 2005 and swapping them with a character from this movie. And I'm going Spielberg on Spielberg. And I'm going to Munich and taking Eric Bana out of the lead role in Munich and putting him into the Tom Cruise role in War of the Worlds, and then taking Tom Cruise and putting him in Munich.
Ooh.
Tom Cruise, it's superior leading man. Munich is a movie that, while really, really good, is like desperate for a true leading man performance. And also, it's a spycraft movie. And Tom Cruise has been doing that for 7,000 years now, according to Scientology.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Eric Bana is much more convincing as like the everyman, the kind of like, you can't convince me that Tom Cruise is a dock worker and a deadbeat dad because he's Tom fucking Cruise. But Eric Bana, absolutely, you can convince me that. And I think he's better in that sort of like the family dynamics role. Also, Tom Cruise hardly can act human, doesn't have to do that in Munich. Eric Bana can do that much better. So swap those two, and I think they both end up actually becoming better movies.
I actually love that. My only issue with the Munich choice is that, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you've seen it more recent than I have. Does that role have to be an Israeli actor or character, or I guess look the part?
Yeah. I guess. He is a Mossad agent, but like,
Yeah.
it's Hollywood. You can have some liberties.
Exactly. The reason why it doesn't bother me too much is because we had Tom Cruise as a German in Valkyrie, right? So
yeah, right. Like, it's okay. We can take some liberties.
He had Tom Hanks as like Eastern Russian as well in Terminal.
Yeah.
He is not one for 100% being faithful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
like it,
that's what I was going with. All right, hot takes. I'll start with mine, and mine is that if not for the ending, if they make the ending different, War of the Worlds is a top 2 Spielberg movie of the 21st century, and if not his greatest work in the 21st century.
Love it.
And the ending actually brings the film down so much from the high that it could have been.
That's fair.
Who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go next. So I have 2 quick little hot takes. One of them, I don't know if this is a hot take. This actually just might be like a regular take, but depending on how you view the roles, I think Dakota Fanning outacts Tom Cruise in this movie.
Oh, yeah. I think so too.
I don't know if it's a hot take. I just think that's just like a fact. You know,
She
just kills it in this role. I mean, that first scene when she's in the car and they leave the mechanic shop, like there, I'm just like believing like this fear that she's bringing to her role. And then my other hot take is I want to say this is other than Schindler's List, this might be his darkest movie. I think, you know, when you have a scene of just like bodies floating in this river and just people getting dusted and getting, what do you call it, just excavated, I guess, for blood. A lot of dark stuff happens in this movie, and yeah, especially, I mean, I think Tom Cruise like kills like Tim Robbins' character. That's dark. You don't see it happen, but it's behind the scenes. A lot of dark stuff in this.
I would say Munich is probably a little bit darker.
Munich
but
is
it's
pretty
up
dark
there.
too. Yeah.
Munich is like surprisingly violent. Like this movie's violent, but it's also big like sci-fi spectacle. Like Munich, you expect to see like Mission Impossible level violent action where it's like, yeah, people are getting killed, but they're, you know, but like a man gets shot through his face in Munich and you see every detail. It's like, holy shit, man. Like that, but this is definitely up there. I can agree with that. Connor, what'd you have? What was your hot take?
So I didn't really have a hot take, but there's something I was just kind of reading through some Reddit posts, and this comment kind of sparked just a thought in my mind off the Big Picture Reddit from Pizza Sandwich. It's kind of like Spielberg does not have a very good track record of casting young male leads after War of the Worlds, because you have Justin Chatwin, I think, not the best, but also this role probably is not the best either, just because, again, he disappears for like half the movie. Right after, then you have Shia LaBeouf in Crystal Skull, and maybe decent actor, but the career did not go up much farther. Jamie Bell in Tintin, that was a hit. Jeremy Irvine from War Horse, miss. Ty Sheridan, Ready Player One, miss. Ansel Elgort in West Side Story, miss. And then Gabriel LaBelle in Fabelmans, that was a hit.
Yeah.
So 2 for 5 misses, 2 hits. He does better with like the kid actors getting good performances, but it's not translating to like longevity.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's just food for thought.
I like it. That's interesting. Jasmine, what's your hot take?
Okay. If Christopher Nolan directed this movie, it would have the same reputation as Interstellar.
Interesting.
I don't think people would shut up about it.
Interesting. That's more of an indictment on film Twitter and film bros.
No, for sure. But I really do think that's the case. I feel like in the Spielberg conversation, you hear about the big ones. You hear about this one, but not as much. And I just think people wouldn't shut up about it if it was directed by Christopher Nolan.
And I do realize that when people watch it recently, they're giving it pretty good reviews, good scores.
I was very surprised when I looked on Letterboxd and saw the sheer number of like 5-star reviews on it. I was like, really? Like, it's a good movie, but that's high praise. Well, okay.
I just feel like it deserves a better reputation for it being as good as it is.
Yeah.
That was more like the real take there.
Yeah, I'm also like famously very low on Interstellar anyways, so I think it's
same.
interesting.
Me too. Oh my
Yeah.
god, is this a safe space?
Oh, it is a safe space. Connor, don't ruin it.
I mean, I think Interstellar is good, but I'm not like, I don't like worship it.
It's a 3-star movie for me. That's what I have.
I think I have it like 2.5.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
So-
like I have it 4 stars, I think, or like 4.5.
I just
but,
Yeah, same.
what like this movie. I think the ending of Interstellar is absolute nonsense. And it's just too long. It's
Yeah.
looks amazing. It's great sci-fi spectacle. I watched it again late last year, maybe like beginning of this year. It's too long, man. It's way too long.
Yeah.
Looks great, way too long. Anyways, this is not an Interstellar pod. Okay, Jasmine, I'll switch it over to you then for your choice category.
Oh, awesome. I was going to use my choice category that I made up last week. Do I have the
Oh.
will to survive this?
Okay,
So,
and the
I had
answer
another
is,
one, but I was going to, I feel like this one suits this based on what we have coming up. Okay. No, immediately those aliens come out of the ground. I'm out. I'm done. I'm good. I've seen enough. The second they come out of the ground,
So is it like you see them come out of the ground and then you reach into the closet for the safe and you're like,
no,
well,
I
I
see
guess
them
it's
come out of the
time.
ground, and I will just walk towards them. You
It's
guys
like,
got this.
I give up. I give
I'll
up.
be fertilizer. I'm not fighting against this. I just watched it come out of the ground, kill 400 something people on the way up. I'm out. I'm done. I don't want to live with the trauma a year from now.
That's
if
that's
I
a
survive.
good point. So the one thing that they don't talk about in these movies is like this will scar you forever.
Yes. I don't need that. I'm good. We're out. I'm done.
I think I'd rather just be turned to dust than like get
That's-
harvested.
Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'd rather get stepped on, honestly.
Like that mechanic guy. He honestly, in the grand scheme, well, all right, not in the grand scheme because the aliens were done in 3
In the grand
days.
scheme, he got out good.
He did get out pretty good though. He didn't
Yeah.
have to live with any consequences or decisions or anything like that.
That's what I'm saying.
He didn't even know the aliens were a thing. He just went out on a normal Tuesday to him.
That's
Yeah.
kind of preposterous because they were shooting their lasers right behind him.
That's what
And he
I'm
was
saying.
like, "Get
still
out of the
like,
car,
"Hey,
man! Just quit
You gotta
messing
get out of this
around."
car. This is not my car. This is not your car. Get out. And they're right behind him. That's
Oh, man.
dedication to the craft.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
It's like I got 8 more cars to fix today. Okay, it's never been cooler. This is a category I like to pull out every pod. So it's never been cooler. Deadbeat dads. Never been cooler than in this movie.
He's pretty cool.
I feel like I know of deadbeat dads that have been cooler. I just gotta think of one.
There definitely have been.
It's just checking the
Me
stacks.
just looking around.
Yeah, just check in, making sure I don't got anything.
Um,
Dads. I'm trying to think. I can't even think of anything right now.
Yeah.
well, I'll move to this.
Maybe from
Alien
the Iron
invasions have never been cooler than they were in War of the
Ooh.
Worlds.
Mars
One thing I'm
Attacks.
curious about is like,
Oh.
are they just? Is there a spaceship above Earth where they're just like streamlining them into Earth, or are they like in their planet? And you know what I mean? Like, what are the?
They
going on
they use the Rainbow Bridge from Thor. What's it called?
Yeah,
The,
exactly.
The
Yeah, I think
way
that's
that
just
Heimdall uses. He has
Yeah.
control of. I don't know what it's called. And yeah. Okay, newscasters that provide exposition. It's never been cooler.
That's every newscaster. That's literally their job.
How about Disclosure Day? She like kills it
Yeah,
in his own movie.
it's kind of
it's
why I
cooler.
pulled that one in.
It's kind of funny, like that has become just like a nice meme template online now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know, like the one. It's like it's the only tweet I can think about regarding ET is just like me and my friends would kill ET with hammers. And they just post that over that clip. It's like, yes, it does look like they are killing it with hammers. That'd be in tears.
I don't know. My favorite exposition dump newscast is Captain America: Brave New World. And they just spend like the first 5 minutes of the movie like, and Harrison Ford's now the president, and he's getting some flack because he's getting angry. And here we are, and Captain America is here, and it's just for 5 minutes. It's just nonsense.
Yeah, no.
Tom Cruise as a father figure. Who's never been cooler.
Jerry Maguire.
That was my
Yeah.
other choice. Jerry
I was
Maguire.
gonna say Jerry Maguire.
You're like deep in thought. This is
Oh, dude, I'm like thinking, like, what else has he been a father in? Not much.
and that counts real
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, yeah, literally. That's why I said this is like a biographical take on his life.
Yeah.
Flip through the book.
Hey, no shade. If Tom Cruise wants to come on the Filmbox podcast, in an instant, it's a yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
For the coconut cake alone.
Oh God. Can you imagine we get Tom Cruise to come on and talk about just a random movie? Just like, doesn't even have to be one of his movies. Just get him to come on and talk about fucking Lord of the Rings for 2 hours. It'd be the greatest conversation of all time.
Could you imagine if I just got him on a tangent if he's ever seen The Meg?
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
And he has it, and you have to explain to him what it is.
Oh, Tom, you're gonna love this. And guess what, Tom? They made a sequel. It's called The Meg 2.
He's
The
seen
Trench.
it. You know he's seen it. He's 100%
No,
seen
absolutely.
it.
He watches a movie a day. Of course he's seen it.
Absolutely. Okay. Traveling across post-apocalyptic United States where normally busy / inhabited areas are empty. This has never
Children
been
of
cooler.
Men.
Children of
28 weeks, years.
Men. How about
days.
Zombieland?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any zombie movie.
The Walking
A
Dead?
Quiet Place.
I think Dawn of the Dead has a scene like that.
Mm.
Maybe.
There's just
Yeah,
something
the Dead.
when they're driving through the countryside and it's like empty. There's
road.
such an eerie feeling about that. I want more of that. And then finally, nature being the thing that defeats the invading force. It's either this or open season.
Isn't there something else, like some alien movie where like water, like Signs?
Yeah, is that Signs? I think.
Signs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Water is the thing that beats the aliens.
Yeah.
Lame. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
Lame.
no, 70% of this planet is going to kill you.
Or like, what is it? The fog, and it's just like the fog's gone. it dissipated. Earth
Isn't
won.
it also a bacteria in Project Hail Mary?
I don't know. No spoil. I saw.
Yeah, you know what?
It's okay. It's fine.
Marcel.
I
You
know.
haven't
Well,
seen it?
listen,
That's
I haven't-
insane that you haven't seen it.
I haven't made it to the theater.
It's not even in theaters anymore. You can watch it at home.
Yeah, but
Bring the
it's
newborn.
long. I need time for it. It's hard.
That's true. That's true.
What are you doing after this?
Being a dad.
Watching Love Island. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, yes. Another one. How many people can we get on this pod to
Great.
make you two watch Love Island? That's the real question.
Absolutely.
I'm still going through Grey's
6 girls,
Anatomy.
12
Once-
guys. I'm locked in.
I
No,
see. Even if I was
Dude, I
watching
see
Love
that.
Island, I wouldn't tell you. No, just kidding. I would.
If you told me that was the ratio before, I think I might have to lock in now.
No, it's not. That's
It's
the
just a
worst part.
special. It's just a special thing that's going on right now.
Yeah. It's Casa Amor. You wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
House of Love. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. We don't have
Check
time to
one,
get into
us.
the lore of Love Island right now.
I watched Too Hot to Handle. Okay, I'm good.
That's a good start.
I watched Temptation Island.
Okay.
They're all
You know
the
what?
same. They're
Just to wrap this back up, I would argue that it's more stressful to be in Casa Amor and Love Island than it would be to be in this situation Tom Cruise is in right now in War of the Worlds.
I mean, that's just blasphemous. That's just
It's definitely
preposterous.
not.
That should be
He
the selling
gets it.
point. That should be the selling point.
I said how easy it would be just to camp out in like New Hampshire and just live for 3 days
Okay.
and then you win.
Well, there's
Okay.
a girl from New Hampshire
Can't do that.
on Love Island.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. She would know.
Okay,
She would.
tell what is Love Island about? Tell me.
Marcel.
I mean, they take roughly, let's say, 6 guys, 6 girls, throw them into a villa in the middle of Fiji, and they just have to find a love connection. But there's just a lot of making out and a lot of challenges thrown in, like little curveballs, and it becomes a just awesome time. It's a big like social experiment because it's also good because people online make hilarious content and it adds to the experience.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah,
it's essentially
there's-
like all of those other shows. There's nothing
Yeah.
real special about it.
No, it's actually quite evil what production does to them.
Yeah.
Like anytime you think like you're in a happy couple on there, they will throw in someone who's someone else's exact type and try to break up. Like it's kind of evil. That's
Yeah,
why
they
it's an
got-
interesting
they got
social
bombshells.
experiment. Yes.
Mm.
Casa Amor is when you take all the girls or all the boys from the house and put them in a different house with different boys and girls. And they got to figure out if they're going to stay with each other.
Yeah.
This is
It's evil.
nonsense. This is
It's
nonsense.
evil.
I would love to be in a producers meeting for that. Just all right. What are we doing this episode of these fuckers?
No, literally.
Exactly.
And he's so right about the content. There's this one guy who makes 30 to 45 minute videos after every single episode.
Christ.
And people lock in.
Yeah.
It's insane. And it airs 5 nights a week.
5 nights
Yeah.
a week. What?
Yeah, for
You're
6
putting
weeks.
more work than they
This
are.
is
at that
preposterous.
point.
5 nights a week.
Yeah.
I know what our pivot's gonna be.
God, yeah, we should be doing a Love Island aftercast. Fear the Love Island coming
You
up.
probably get good views. Just saying. That's what I need to do.
There we
Yeah,
go.
apparently. Christ, it's just
But I have a never been cooler.
okay.
Going back to the
Yeah,
World of
why don't we
Worlds.
wrap it, bring it back?
Never been cooler. The Minutemen statue in Boston.
Interesting.
I don't think
That's
it'll
a
ever
good
be
one.
cooler. Covered in like it was covered in the red
Yeah.
blood. What's it called?
Yeah.
What's it called?
The
The
veins.
vegetation.
Okay, well then we're moving towards the end of this. So, what prop are you taking home?
I mean, I want one of the mini tripod models.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, it
Unconventional.
would look really cool in my fish tank.
Well, that's a weird
That's a
place
good
to
point.
put that.
I have 3 little sharks in my fish tank, so
You have-
that's where I wanted to.
Wait, you have sharks?
I've definitely mentioned this before.
We have yeah.
Yes.
I do recall this.
Well, of course you do.
He would remember.
Oh yes.
But I think they would really like the little.
Okay. Yeah, fair. Marcel, what are you taking home?
Probably a brand new camera.
The one guy who got lasered and dropped his camera.
Yeah,
Marcel's
yeah.
picking that up.
I could probably use that
Say-
camera right now.
Thank you very much.
Dakota fanning.
No, but honestly, since I am a big found footage horror fan, I would probably take that camera as a prop, because that was pretty cool. And also, I feel like the people who made the War of the Worlds Screen Life movie like saw that scene and they were like, "Oh wait, we can make this into like a found footage movie," and they just failed at that. But anyway, other than that, maybe like the Yankees hat.
Okay. Not bad.
Because I was born in the Bronx, but raised in Florida, so
Mm.
I'll take that home. Nice
Well-
little Tom Cruise memorabilia hat.
Red Sox all the way.
Well,
Yeah, what are you taking, Connor?
I literally have Robbie's Red Sox hat.
That's
That's
fantastic.
I need a new one.
Which is a
Um,
good little. One of them has the Yankees, one of them has the Red Sox.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought that was cute.
Let's recreate the scene.
yeah. I'll
Once your
just
camera
throw.
works, we got
I'll
this.
whip a
Yeah.
baseball right at you.
Yeah, I had Tom Cruise, either Tom Cruise's baseball mitt, his leather jacket, or just as like a prop. I just thought it was a really cool character piece. Was the pink fluffy vest that they gave Dakota Fanning for the beginning? It's like
Yeah.
that'd be a cool thing to just hang up on the wall and be like, "Hey, I got the vest." Okay, don't look at me like that. It's a cool prop. Don't-
I don't know if you should hang that up.
You should see
like-
my face right now.
I wish I could. Fine, I'll go with Tom Cruise's leather duster jacket.
And you're gonna hang that one up too.
Yeah, I will. I'll wear
Yeah,
that one
that's-
around town.
See, if you had
Yeah.
both of them and you hung them up next to each other, then it's fine.
Yeah, I'll get in
Mhm.
trouble with John Travolta and his other greaser friends. Okay, it's we're almost on hour 2 of this pod. This is nuts. All right, final scores time. We've come to the end. Marcel, you're our guest. I'm going to start you. What is your final score and why?
My final score for this movie is out of 5, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
It is going to be a 5 out of 5
Wow.
for me. It is a culmination of things, of nostalgia from my childhood of seeing this movie 3 times in a row, but also being justified in my rating from when I was younger and rewatching it and still feeling the same way. A lot of movies don't age too well. I think this one ages better, even though it was from 2005 and it had that CGI. I think it aged really well. Tom Cruise is one of my favorite actors. Dakota Fanning knocks it out of the park. Great pacing and a kick-ass alien invasion movie. I love it. I think it's probably in my top 5 for Spielberg, which might sound crazy to a lot of people, but it just is.
Interesting.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go with my score next. I'm giving this a very respectable 3.5. This is a great movie. It would be way better if not for the ending, which is truly horrendous. 3.5 is very generous. Tom Cruise is great. We've opined about the action set pieces and the filmmaking of this movie. The pure quality of it is really solid. 3.5 feels a very good score for this movie. Jasmine, you had a reaction to that. What's your score?
It was just the from 5 to 3.5
It's
is
fine.
generous.
Look, if the ending was different, it could be a 4.5 or a 5, but the ending is bad.
Fair, which is why I'll split the difference. I'll give it 4 because I did really appreciate it, like a solid 4.0.
Mhm.
I did really like what the movie was. I did also really like that Tim Robbins sequence, which I feel like I didn't talk enough about how much I liked it.
Mhm.
But it doesn't quite stick the landing, and there's some visuals that I'm like on, but I really did enjoy it. So it's a solid 4 for me. I think it's a great Spielberg movie. Not maybe top 10. It might have kicked something out of my top 10.
Interesting.
Nice.
All right, Connor.
Actually, I just want to double check where I have it ranked in Spielberg.
Okay.
It's actually number 10 for me.
Oh, not bad.
I thoroughly enjoy this movie. I also saw it like as a kid, so I definitely do have some nostalgic feelings towards it. I like it kind of like on all levels of it, kind of as like the turn off your brain and just watch the aliens come and fuck shit up aspect of it. More nuanced of like the post 9/11 world we're living in, as well as here's a divorced dad trying to reckon with his kids, his estranged kids. So, but like all the issues we've talked about still kind of reign true. Again, I don't like the ending, and I don't like how it's paced. So I'm with you, Aaron, with a 3.5.
All right. Well, that brings this movie to an average score of a up and down the middle 4, just a flat 4,
Very cool.
which is only the second time this has ever happened, tied with Mississippi Burning.
Nice.
In which a movie in which both Connor, Sam, and I gave it all 4s across the board. At the 38th, 39th spot, just above The Fly from 1983, and just below Moana, apparently, is Moana slightly better than War of the Worlds. So that is where that lives. That brings us to the end of this podcast and the end of our Spielberg alien movie dive. We've done all 4 of his films. We did not do Kingdom of the Crystal Skull because that is a travesty, and that's okay. But next week,
To some.
yeah, well, it's bad. It's really bad.
It has its shooters.
Next week, we are going to be doing a brand new type of podcast we're calling the Steven Spielberg Pantheon, where we will be diving into all of his films and trying to determine the 12 movies that would go in his pantheon.
Ooh.
So stay tuned for that next week. And then July, we're diving into summer blockbusters, starting with The Fugitive. So that's what's coming next. And if you like this episode, you can leave a rating, subscribe, follow us on your favorite podcast platform, and tell your friends. Marcel, thank you for being on this episode. This has been so much fun.
No, thank you for having me. And I'm sorry my camera just went out. I don't know what happened there, but either way, it was a blast. I love this movie, love the podcast, and I'm glad we got to talk about it today.
We talked about this movie mostly for 2 hours, which I think is our longest episode to date. I don't think we've ever spent 2 hours talking about a film, but we just did for War of the Worlds. So make sure you check out Marcel on TikTok, and make sure you check out Jasmine on TikTok too. You've been putting out amazing content all the time. It's really great stuff.
Jasmine's been killing it.
I know.
Stop,
Absolutely
Marcel.
Crushing.
Just trying to be one of the cool kids like you.
Yep.
I'm in a movie club.
So make sure you check them out, and you can follow us on TikTok as well at the Filmbox Podcast. That'll be linked in the show notes as well. And go to our other socials, and also go to our website, firstpicturehouse.com. You can read my my newsletter every week, Real Reflections. Last week I did a ranking of all the Toy Story movies and talked a little bit about this Martin Scorsese AI controversy, which has been going around. So if you want to know my thoughts, you can subscribe for free on our Substack at firstpicturehouse.com. And then also you can follow our Letterboxd accounts. You can see what we're watching when we're watching it. You don't have to wait for each episode or for Marcel to be on the podcast to know what we've been up to. So with that said, that is going to do it for this episode of the Filmbox Podcast, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.